Alright, what's up, fam? This is another video just about me and my experience coming up, what I've had to sacrifice. I'm working on the background here, as you can see. I mean, it's unfinished, but we do have us a room. But anyway, when I finally decided on trading, I went through a lot of different things like drop shipping, just whatever. I woke up kind of late in life and started scrambling around and was stumbled upon trading. But when I did, I knew I was going to have to sacrifice a lot of time. You have to be willing to sacrifice your free time, especially if you work. If you work from 8 to 5, what are you doing from your 5 to 9 or 5 to 10? That's what's going to separate you from the pack. So if you're struggling and as soon as you get off work or on your free time, you're spending 4 hours on Xbox, or you're going to the bar chasing girls, drinking, or just, whatever it is, you know what you need to be doing. Instead of, there's nothing wrong with, taking some time to enjoy yourself, but the majority of your time, if you're not profitable, if you're still working, if you're struggling, should be developing a skill set. And that's going to require a lot of patience. It's going to require a lot of love and passion for what you're trying to do, because you're going to be failing a lot and you're going to have to sacrifice a lot. And other than time, I had to find ways to manage my money better. So I rented a one-bedroom income-based apartment and I walked to work. I'm not saying you have to take those extreme measures, but for me, my salary was at the time was 50 to 55,000 in a small town in southeastern Kentucky. That's considered a good job, and I'm very blessed and grateful for what I have. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to come off, because I have good benefits. I can go to the doctor, all that good stuff. But by the time I paid my rent and everything and food, didn't have a whole lot left. And trading takes a little bit of money. At first you can learn for just about free. You can have a trading view, pay for the data, $7-8 a month, and paper trade and get on YouTube and learn and all that sort of thing. And that's what I did. But I always forward tested everything with prop firms, and I think that's what kind of helped me grow fast. Was I did spend some time back testing, but the majority of what I did was in the live market, although through a sim, like the funding, the prop firms or whatever. But I had the emotion, I went through it. But the things that I sacrificed were, anytime I needed to go somewhere, I had to walk back and forth to work. Sometimes I got a ride. People, I didn't expect anybody to do anything. I'm a grown man. I was pushing 40 years old at the time. And another thing you're going to have to sacrifice is some friends, because I had some friends that were like, "Man, you're doing good. Why are you worried about this? Why are you worried about that?" I'm just tired of being average. I'm tired of not having the things that I want to have. It's not being greedy. The Lord wants us to have the things, the desires of our heart. And I believe if we're willing to put in the work and go through the trials, the tribulations, and come out on top, that we'll have them. And I know I'm going to. It's just a matter of time. But I'm telling you, you're going to have to sacrifice a lot of time. That means a lot of gaming. If you're a gamer like me, I like to play games. I had to throw that away. I had to put it away. There's plenty of times to watch the NBA finals or the playoffs or the football games on Sundays or the college basketball or whatever it is that's your interest. It's okay to take a little bit of time on that. But I challenge you to block off your days in 30-minute increments, print you off a schedule, and be real with yourself. Don't cheat it, and write stuff down. And I really think that you'll see that you have a lot more time than you think, because we waste a lot of time doing things that are not productive. And the only reason I'm not talking at you, I did this my whole life. I just went to work, then come home and played a game, hung out, went out with friends, watched the game, or whatever. But if you're going to have anything in life, especially if you're someone that's not, hadn't had anything given to you as far as like money or a house, or if you're trying to make it, you're going to have to put in the work. You're going to have to sacrifice a lot of things. You're going to have to sacrifice a lot of your time. You're going to have to budget, eat discounted groceries, um, pack your lunch, pack your stuff. Wherever you can save a little bit to invest in yourself, you're going to have to. And for me, it was a lot of time on the game. It was a lot of time with friends, watching the game or playing a video game, or things of that nature. So I cut most of that, off. Especially for that first year, I was basically walking to work. I had an earpiece in, and listen to ICT ramble 24/7 on top of coming home and studying, back testing, and then forward testing it, and then journaling, refining. All these things are gonna make you a profitable trader. And I'm still working every day to try to get better. And I've got a lot of room for improvement and a lot of room for growth, and it excites me. I'm not worried about losing these accounts or blowing them or having to reset, or I'm almost out of trading money, because I've not budgeted my profits very well. And that's just part of learning. I know deep down that if I continue to keep grinding, continue to keep sacrificing, and continue to keep doing what I'm doing, eventually the fruits of the labor are going to come. And I wholeheartedly believe that. So if you're struggling, I know it's tough. I challenge you to do a self audit of yourself, of your time, of what you're doing in your free time. What are you doing in not your 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 or 8 to 8 or whatever your schedule is. You have to budget some time daily to this craft every day. And that's how we're going to get ahead of, the 99% that lose. Is we're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep grinding. We're going to do whatever it takes, to get there. And that don't mean it's going to be easy. You're going to blow a lot of accounts. You're going to do a lot of things wrong. But what you have to do is you have to learn your repeated bad behaviors. You have to write them down. You have to know yourself. You have to, when you keep making the same mistakes over and over and over and over, you have to be like, okay, I'm tired of doing this. Let's do something else. When we have these losers, set you some rules and risk and parameters in place that keep you afloat. And I'm talking to myself as well. But as far as sacrifice, you're going to have to sacrifice your time. You're going to have to sacrifice some of your money. You're going to have to sacrifice relationships. And there's going to be a lot of people that's going to tell you that you're crazy, that social media, you can't do this, that you're just, you're not one of them. You can do whatever you want to do. Those type of people, you just need to have a filter. When they start talking, okay, just polite. I usually politely say, I understand that you have a limited mindset, limited beliefs, but I don't. And I'm going to break the generational curse of poverty for me and my family. And I'm going to do whatever it takes until that happens. And just have that mindset and surround yourself with like-minded people that are on the same mission. It may not be trade, it may be, some sort of other business venture or whatever. Just surround yourself with people that have a passion for something, and they're not stopping until they reach the top. And I hope this, helps you. I'm just a regular old guy from a little town in Corbin, Kentucky, but I promise you one day I will sit in front of some of these most elite traders like Casper, like JCap, maybe Aaron Trades, even ICT. I know eventually that my skill set is going to shine to the point to where I want to be flooded with people wanting to join, wanting to subscribe, wanting to do this and that. And I'm not going to stop until it happens. So I look forward to the live streams this week, getting those other 300Ks funded and passed, and then we will make a game plan to start getting some payouts. But until then, keep grinding. I know it's hard. You got people praying for you. You got people rooting for you, and your family depends on you. If you look around and you see that you've just had generations and generations of just barely making it, blue collar, just working until you die, and then not really have much left. You can be the one to change it, but what you have to have it up here. You have to have the belief and know that it's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of sacrifice. It's going to take a lot of things that you don't want to do. But if you do it, you, your family, and the next generations of your family will be forever changed. And that is my obligation. That is my duty as a man in this life, is to provide that for my family, and get that limited belief mindset curse of poverty and all that out of here. And we're going to do it. And I appreciate each and every one of you. God bless you, and good luck trading.